Okay, good morning. Today, I'm going to just brief you on AI in terms of the application of constructivism, metacognition, and thinking and learning. Yeah? So this is going to be for students and how we are going to get or let that happen so that we trigger their thinking mind. Yeah? So let me just share the poster that I've created, and then we will see how it. Okay, so basically we start the class with the definition of AI and give an overview on what is it exactly, what happens, and how it's created. Basically, AI is everywhere, how it works, and where it's found. Okay, so the idea that we are trying to imply is supposedly that AI is just an element created by the human. So it is not independent, but eventually human intervention is required. And that is where the decision making still relies on human being. That means we still have to show that we are superior. Everything is just simply not AI. Yeah? Okay. Why we study AI is simply because everything today is being already gone to AI. Jobs are being replaced, or at least most of the jobs are being replaced. Okay. Even medical of today's objective. So basically, we are going to embed these three theories into the student's mindset, which is going to be constructivism, metacognition, and learning and thinking. Yeah? Okay, so it's going to be first, constructivism is hands-on, basically how they are going to create something, they're going to construct something, okay, and then eventually they're going to evaluate the creation, and after that they're going to learn and think how it's going to be improvised. As for example, we can give a lot of example. I will always take a simple example that they have got in their house. Their parents are driving their car. Okay, the car was first created very basically. Then eventually they had systems in the car, audio, and then what do you call air conditioning is there. But what about in winter countries and so forth? So that's where heater came upon. It's all a cycle, modification cycle again and again and again. And then eventually it also went up to self-driving car. So look at the evolution. So all these are within these three theories. Constructivism, they build. Metacognition, they see how can I improvise it, evaluation, and then obviously learning and thinking. So the strategies with AI, basically the two strategies, you need to think critically how it's going to be made, and eventually the creativity comes in. How creative can I be? Okay, so what happens is that we have got an activity for the students. So basically the activity is a simple activity to get them to put on their thinking cap. Okay, so the activity is supposed to be the bias check, and it is supposed to see that how the AI is going to judge upon the number of programmers, or perhaps the are they, most programs, are they male or female? So assumingly AI has generated a graph and say all programmers are male. So that is where they come upon their biasness there, and they come upon thinking how can it be male, and then they start doing more work. Okay, so metacognition kicks in. Why did I assume it was all male? What clues that it's only one type of person? Actually, there are more female, rightfully. Once they start questioning, they're going to start developing a system. Okay, so eventually once they start evaluating, they start thinking. Okay, so cognitive skills comes in here, kicks in. So it basically asks them to evaluate their thinking. Why? Why, when, how, create a very good system, but that's not the end of it. Evolution goes on. See? Okay, so basically we are going to go into higher level thinking for the more older students, but the summary to it is we are going to emphasize on constructivism, how they construct something, and then metacognition, okay, how they're going to correct the biasness that would kick in, and then eventually they think and learn and see how AI comes in or how they come into improvise. Okay, I believe I've given you an insight. I'm sure you understand. There's a very brief and down-to-earth insight. If there is any question, you can always ask. Right? Thank you.